It's the Acting Income Podcast with Ben Hauck, episode 21, How Network Marketing for Arbonne Funds My Acting Career, with Sarah Ittner.
It's the Acting Income Podcast with Ben Hauck. Turn your passion into income, Ben will show you how. With all the resources that you need to make it as an actor in an expensive city. To stay balanced and make money, you really can't go wrong with actingincome.com.
Welcome to the Acting Income Podcast. I'm Ben Hauck, and on this podcast, every week we learn every angle on earning an income in your acting career. It's good to have you here. If you haven't subscribed yet, click the subscribe button on iTunes or in your podcasts app, and you'll get weekly episodes as they come out. This is episode 21, titled How Network Marketing for Arbonne Funds My Acting Career, with Sarah Ittner. The show notes for this episode have all the important links referenced in today's show, which you can pull up right now at actingincome.com/episode 21. And now, here's a word from today's sponsor, the FICOR Workbook. When you try to go online to research financial core status as an actor, there's a lot of conflicting information. That's why there's the FICOR Workbook. Not only does the FICOR Workbook have objective information about going FICOR, it also contains stats on just how many FICOR actors there are, what you lose, keep, and gain when you go FICOR, and all of the things you need to do right after you go FICOR. It's required reading for the professional actor. Consult your tax preparer to see if the FICOR Workbook is a tax write-off for your acting business. To purchase the FICOR Workbook right now, visit ficorcentral.com/workbook. That's ficorcentral.com/workbook. Some actors fund their acting careers through day jobs. Other actors fund their acting careers through personal businesses. My guest today is of the latter camp, funding her acting career as a network marketer for Arbonne. Some time ago, actor Sarah Ittner signed up for a health and wellness company called Arbonne, which has a wide selection of health and wellness products. And she sells their products to friends, or really anyone who gets to meet her, who takes an interest in Arbonne's products. And as you'll learn from the interview, Sarah doesn't really see herself as selling, but more as recommending Arbonne products. In the interview, her enthusiasm for Arbonne products is more than evident, which I imagine makes her job all the easier. Based on Sarah's story, network marketing for Arbonne is a flexible and potentially lucrative personal business in which you get out of it what you put into it. And you don't make money purely off of commission, but also there are other ways to generate income, such as if you recruit others to sell Arbonne products. While it can be said that Arbonne is a form of MLM or multi-level marketing, which sometimes has a negative connotation, for Sarah, it's clear that she's just happy about Arbonne products, wants to make others happy with their products, and if another actor wants to sell Arbonne products to generate an income, she'd be more than happy to help them set up. There's a lot more she has to share, including how much it costs to start up as a network marketer for Arbonne, so have a listen to what's involved. But before we roll into the interview, here's a little more about Sarah Ittner. Sarah Ittner is an actor originally from Michigan who has made New York her home these past 4 years. She's traveled all over the eastern states and Montana performing musical theater. Most recently, she was seen in MCTC's production of the 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. Sarah is excited to share her amazing business with you. And now, my interview with Sarah Ittner. Sarah Ittner, welcome to the Acting Income Podcast. Great having you here.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
What's so exciting to have you here, because when I was coming up with this idea for the podcast, I was talking to actors about what they do, and I was in holding, I think, of a TV show, and I see you sipping on some kind of protein drink, and we get to talking. I drink protein drinks every once in a while, and I think it segued into a conversation that protein drink had something to do with a business that funds your acting career. What business is that, and what do you do to fund your acting career?
I work for a company called Arbonne. It is a health and wellness company. We have over 450 products, everything from skincare to a great makeup line to a fantastic nutrition line. We have a men's line. We have candles. We have basically everything that you need for personal health, everything from skincare to protein shakes.
So you don't work out of a storefront for Arbonne. You are actually, I think the technical term is network marketer. What is it that you do for Arbonne? What is a network marketer in your own words?
A network marketer is somebody who uses their personal network to make connections, and ultimately we sell products. I don't think of myself as a salesperson. I think more of myself, I recommend a product. I offer it out to you from my personal sample of product. And then you take it home, and then in a few days we meet up again and I ask you if you liked it. And if you don't, then you go on your way. And if you like it, then I tell you a little bit more about the company. Yeah.
And you make a little bit of a commission on this.
Yes. So it's commission-based. So every product that I sell, I get a direct commission. And then there are other rewards also for that too.
When it comes to your day-to-day, what are some of the basic tasks that you do?
I normally make a few phone calls. I do a little personal growth reading. I meet up people for one-on-ones, or I host facial parties, or other people that I meet can host a facial party, and then I meet their network of people, and then I introduce them to product. I don't handle product. I don't have a closet full of lipsticks that I'm trying to get people to buy. So my day-to-day is just basically in the nooks and crannies of my life. Whenever I can fit it in, I can make a few phone calls or call a few people to follow up about how their product was. I can do Skype dates. I have a big network of people in Michigan, so I can get people product by sending it through UPS. So those are my day-to-day. Sometimes I'm sending some stuff. Sometimes I'm meeting people for coffee. Sometimes I'm doing a Skype call because that person still lives in New York but can't meet me today. So instead of finding another time to meet up, I'll Skype them. And then sometimes I'm doing facial parties at night. So it's really a company that works or fits into wherever I need it to fit in.
It seems like what you're saying is that you're not responsible for the fulfillment of the product. So if one of your customers wants the product, they don't have to come to you for it. How do you get the product to them?
It's directly through my website. I believe you're going to connect them to.
Right. Your website for Arbonne will be in the show notes.
So they can go directly to the website and purchase products, and then the product goes from Arbonne to them.
So not from the closet in your apartment to them, you going to the mailbox and dropping it in there. It comes from a fulfillment center or something like that. That's from Arbonne to them. So your role in this is to help connect the customer with the products?
Yes. Yes, because Arbonne doesn't market anywhere. We call ourselves a belly-to-belly company. So the only way that you will find out about Arbonne is if somebody you know throws a party or gives you a sample or tells you about this amazing product that they used, or you see it in their bathroom.
Or they see you using it. I see you drinking the protein drink on set, and that's definitely prompted a conversation. Give me a sense of what kind of investment is required to become someone who's doing what you're doing for Arbonne. What kind of financial investment? What kind of time investment? It sounds like what you're saying, it's a pretty flexible job. I mean, you can make a phone call almost any time, and the facial parties that you host or that you attend are maybe more toward the evening. What kind of investments are we talking about?
That's what's so funny about Arbonne. So we like to say you can invest as little or as much as you want based on your income, what you have to offer us. However, you wouldn't open a Starbucks without having coffee. That wouldn't make sense. So I have a few sample bags that I give out to people that I have purchased. That would be my investment in.
What, to try out? Is that the sense?
Yeah. So my samples, I could just buy little sample packs. That is something that Arbonne does offer. However, especially for me, when I tried the sample packs, it's not, you can't feel it, hold it. You don't see what you're getting. So what I did is I invested in a couple of samples that were actual size products from Arbonne that I have put in little, what I call our little gold bags. And then when I meet up with somebody and they're interested in face wash, I hand them the gold bag. And I'm like, here, take this for 3 days and then tell me how you like it.
So it sounds like you have some flexibility about which of these kinds of samples you get. And I'm guessing you have some flexibility about the quantity of these. Can you help the audience understand, I don't know exactly how these are priced, how much is an actor, if they're starting this kind of business, paying for these bags that you're talking about? Is this a $75 investment for one of these bags? Is this a $200 investment? I have no idea.
Well, the investments are different, like I said, and it's really, really, really based on where you are financially. There is a $79 fee to become a consultant. It's a yearly fee. The first fee is $79, and that gets you your first couple samples and some catalogs. But the next investment that you do or that you put in, it really is whatever you want. So I couldn't even tell you, to be honest, to be absolutely honest with you, I could not even tell you what my initial investment was because I bought so much product for myself. And that's what I give out as samples, to be completely honest. The protein powder that I give out as samples, that's my protein powder that my fiance and I use. So it literally is based on your income. And there are a million ways we can get you that at lower costs, just based on who you're signing up with, who your sponsor is. The $79 is the initial investment. We do, as a team, have a recommended investment. And there are several different recommendations, which include what's in that package, I guess.
Can you just throw out a number of some approximates?
1,000 is one, 1,500 is another, 2,000 is another. But those are all based on you buy the actual product. So it could be less. It could be way less. It could be way more.
I hear you. That helps really to specify things that what we're talking about. Rather than $79 nothing or $79 plus $50, you're talking about $79 plus 1,000 or 1,500 or 2,000. So it's some real money, though it's also, there's flexibility when it comes to that.
Absolutely. Yes, there is a lot of flexibility. I don't want to scare anybody off by saying like, oh, you have to invest. You don't have to do anything. I wouldn't recommend that you start up with nothing. At least you would want to buy product for yourself. And personally, our whole thing is the reason that we're a belly-to-belly company is because, like I said, I don't feel like a salesperson because I'm just recommending and getting paid for those recommendations. I use the product. If you come into my house, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is Arbonne Central because everything I have. I'm like, oh, you want some Fit Chews, little candies? Awesome, great. Here, do you want a protein shake? I'll make you a protein shake. Do you want energy fizz? It's better than coffee. Great, awesome. Here, I have some tea, detox tea. Here, have that. Oh, you want some, lotion? I'll give you a little sample. You can take it home. And that's not me being a salesperson. That's me loving our products and really wanting everybody and every friend I have, I want you to be using amazing product that is healthy for you and benefits you because our motto is pure, safe, and beneficial. And honestly, the products are pure, safe, and beneficial. They benefit you. That's why Arbonne doesn't make a nail polish because they can't find a benefit to nail polish. So we won't make it. If it doesn't benefit you, we won't make it. And that's what I love about the company.
You're able to make some money through the commissions. Are there other ways that you're able to make money through Arbonne? I get the sense that you could simply just help customers get the product and collect the commission, but I also get the sense that there's other ways to make money. Are there other ways that you make money? Are there other ways that actors can make money if they were with Arbonne?
Absolutely. The first, like you said, are commission, direct sales. So whatever I sell, I get a commission from that, and Arbonne pays me.
What is that about? Is there a percentage, or how does that work?
It differs because of the different levels of client. You can be a preferred client. If you're a preferred client, then when I sell to you, I get less of a commission because you're getting a discount on the product. It's 8% to 18%. The commissions are somewhere in there.
That helps. That definitely helps. 8 to 18%. And I know that there's a lot of different little things that affect that. And there are other ways to make money through Arbonne.
I have 2 consultants under me, and I make what they call an override from any sales that they make. Now, this is not from their check. I am not getting any money out of my consultant's check at all. Arbonne, corporate Arbonne, sends me a check for teaching and training my team. So when they do a good job, that means I've done a good job, which means then I get this override check. And that can also be, that's based on their sales, but it can be anywhere between 4 and 15% on theirs. And it can go up to 17, depending on my level of where I'm at in the hierarchy.
Are there other cash bonuses or incentives when it comes to Arbonne?
Yeah, so every time you bonus, which is a term that we use when you sell a lot, whenever you bonus in your district, Arbonne also gives you a check that can be anywhere. It's usually $200 just for doing a good job. So those are the extra bonuses. And then there's always extra bonuses because Arbonne's always doing like, oh, if you do this amount of sales, or if you do this, or it's double this and double that. So they're always rewarding us really well. And at every level, you get jewelry and there are incentive trips. So there's just so many things that Arbonne does give you in return for being a good recommender.
So Sarah, you're an actor, and I'm guessing when it comes to presenting the product, I'm looking at you on Skype, and you're a bundle of joy. So I imagine it doesn't take much. Your energy is infectious to show someone the benefits of the product that you're selling. How do your acting skills fit in with your Arbonne responsibilities? Is there an overlap?
I would say that it's probably easier for me to talk to people just in general because I can strike up a conversation with anybody on the subway about anything. So I will say it does help in that aspect because I am very personable. And when you're an actor, having a script is like the easiest thing in the world. So with Arbonne, we do a presentation for everyone who wants to buy from you or purchase from you or who comes to a party. We do just a little presentation to tell you about the company and why the products are so great. And that script, I would assume for an actor is much, much easier than it is for somebody else who's a little more shy. So it does help in that aspect. It also helps because I love the products and I'm a product of the product. And also, especially with actors, like we recommend everything, right? We recommend like movies. You've got to go see this movie. It's so amazing. Or even shows that are terrible. You're like, you have to see this show. It is so bad. It is so worth the money though. So the types of people, I think actors are the types of people that are going to recommend everything. You have to go see this vocal coach. You have to do this. You have to do that. So for me, it's super, super easy to have that script, to be able to memorize things about the products. Also, I think being an actor, you know how to make stuff up. You know, when you drop a line, it's not as hard to laugh it off as it is for other people. Like, you know, you're like, oh, wait, where was I? Oh, yeah. Oh, right here. Okay. Whereas most people who aren't actors or who don't talk to people on a daily basis, who don't memorize a script, don't know how to pick it up when they've dropped it. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So it's easy for me, I think, to be able to like, even when I've been doing a presentation and I skip something, it's easy for me to be like, oh, wait, hold on, moving back to the time that I said this. Whereas I think people who aren't actors would be shy and maybe not want to talk about oh no, I made a mistake. Whereas we're like, that's a good mistake for today.
I see how working for Arbonne as a network marketer can really work well for an actor. I've become acquainted with other actors who sell Arbonne or who have sold it in the past. Now, it makes me wonder, though, we're in the New York City area. If a lot of actors in the New York City area started selling Arbonne and basically wherever you turned, there would be Arbonne, would that be a problem for you? Or how would you avoid that problem if you found an increase of actors selling Arbonne?
So that's a great question because Arbonne is a 35-year-old company. And the amazing thing about Arbonne is that we are only in 5 countries. So if you think about Arbonne compared to something like Clinique is everywhere. It's at every counter. You can find it in the random little like bodegas, I swear. You can't find Arbonne anywhere like that, right? Most people I talk to don't even know what Arbonne is. And we've been around for 35 years. And we have only seen upward growth. We've never seen a decline. So that means that even if a ton of actors were selling it, all of our networks are completely different. There are going to be overlaps. There are overlaps, obviously, because of, what is it called, 6 degrees of separation? Like, obviously, there's going to be overlaps. But even if there were overlaps, and even if there were a ton of actors selling Arbonne, it wouldn't matter because we are only in 5 countries. But we do the same amount of sales as Clinique. That means the growth for this company is amazing. It's actually the perfect time to be in this company because the endless possibilities, it just blows my mind, I think. I don't think there would be a problem whatsoever.
Well, your network, from what you said earlier, it seems like you have a network in Michigan, and a lot of actors move to New York City from other places, which suggests to me that actors who wanted to do this, they may have networks in other places. Am I understanding that correctly?
Yeah, and as an actor, I've worked in Minnesota and Wisconsin and Michigan and Ohio and Montana and obviously New York. So I have networks in all of those different states. But also, being actors, we meet people from everywhere. I met a girl in my show, and I introduced her to Arbonne, okay? She's from Portland. I don't know anybody in Portland, but she hosts a party for me. So now She's in Portland. I'm on Skype being like a floating head talking about product. She's doing the facial party there. And now I've met a bunch of people in Portland that I would never have met had I not met her here in New York and hosted a party in Portland. So I think it's really funny when people are like, well, I don't know anybody. I'm like, you know a million people. Think about how many people. It's not about who you know. It's about who you know and then who they know and then who they know. So the network is obviously huge. And obviously as actors, we network all the time. We meet people from everywhere.
So as you're talking, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be a job for many actors when they started? Is this going to end up being their primary source of income, or how long is it going to take for them for it to be a steady stream of income? Do you have any sense, maybe you can't make these characterizations because every case is different, but maybe you can. Do you have a sense of how much an actor might be able to fund their career with this? Is this just a little bit of money, or is this going to be a primary source of income?
Obviously in the beginning, you're just starting, so you don't know very much about the company. However, your team will know and you'll rely on them. So there are people that join Arbonne and 2 months later, this is their income. I know that person. My sponsor is actually that person.
Their primary source of income.
This is her primary source of income. This is all she does. And she works about 10 hours a week, and she has 17 people on her team, and they work 10 hours a week, but she gets paid for all of those hours. She did that in 5 months. Another person may take 2 years to get that kind of network under them to help them. Or there could be one person that doesn't have a huge network, but who's amazing at sales or who's amazing at recommending. So we call it a 4-year plan. There is a plan. When you join Arbonne, your team will know about said plan, and they will give you all of the tools that you need. They will give you all of the training. They will connect you with whoever you need to know. And if you plug into the system, then I have seen it work. In 4 years, they are making $17,000 a month.
$17,000 a month.
Yes, in 4 years. Now, not everybody is making that kind of gangsta money. But in 4 years, you can. If you follow the system, you will be able to quit your day jobs. You will be able to make this your primary source of income. And for actors, it's a great business because we meet people all the time that either A, need this, or B, want to keep themselves looking and feeling young because we have to look and feel young for longer because we're actors. So the growth, the ability to quit your job, that's going to be based solely on how bad you want it, how fast you want to work, how many hours you want to put in. I'm not going to lie to you and say that if you're a team of one, you can just put in 10 hours and, eventually quit your day job. You might be able to. I mean, you could prove me wrong. I would appreciate if you come onto my team and then prove me wrong. However,
let's talk about that. So, yeah. Sarah, if there's an actor listening who's interested in learning more about network marketing through Arbonne, or if they want to purchase products of Arbonne or give a try, how do they find that information out?
So you can contact me directly either through my Arbonne website, which will be in the notes, or my personal email, which will also be in the notes.
What's the website address offhand?
It's Sarah Ittner, so my full name, .arbonne.com, and that's my personal page, which if you've seen the notes, then you'll see my picture, then you'll be able to connect me when my cute little face pops up on my Arbonne website.
So if someone wants to know more about selling Arbonne, especially if it's an actor, contact you at sarahittner.arbonne.com, and you have a special offer available too?
Absolutely. So I am offering out facial parties for you and your friends. Whenever you want to do it, you just contact me. I will bring my product and we will have the best time you've ever had in your life. You will learn amazing things. And there's literally no pressure when it comes to these parties.
Arbonne facial parties.
Yeah, Arbonne facial party. Woo!
How do they get in touch with you for those?
Again, you can just contact me directly through my personal email. Yay.
Sarah, anything else you want to share about your experience network marketing through Arbonne and how it funds your acting career?
Right now, it's paying for my wedding. So that's awesome because I'm getting married. And my team is the best team that you can even imagine, which everybody says that in Arbonne. But really, I'm telling you, my team is the best. We have amazing people. I have learned so much about myself. And it's a personal growth company disguised as a personal care company. My acting career has skyrocketed. Once I said yes to Arbonne, it was like everything else fell into place. And I've learned how to network, which nobody taught me how to network before. Not even my college that you go to thinking you're going to gain all these skills. But honestly, when you become an actor, you have to network. You have to know how to talk to people and how to market yourself. And I didn't know how to do that until I found Arbonne. Our team is mostly actors. However, if you're not an actor and you just happen to fall upon this podcast, you could be an Arbonne too. It does not matter.
Well, that's fantastic, Sarah. I didn't realize that that was another thing that you could learn. You can not only fund your acting career, but also learn some very important networking skills. Sarah Ittner, thank you so much for talking to the Acting Income Podcast audience.
Thank you. Woo!
Sarah had something she wanted to add after our interview. She writes, "This job is a gift and incredibly flexible. So much so that I was able to take off a month and no one fired me because I'm my own boss. All you need is an internet connection and any device, and it can go with you. I no longer have to worry about needing a job when I get back from a gig because it comes with me." So when Sarah travels around for musical theater jobs, she can take her Arbonne business with her. I'd imagine that kind of job is most appealing to actors, especially ones who travel. They may no longer be dependent on being in their home city to have a job that supplements their acting career. They can be there, or not, and still do their work. If you're interested in Arbonne, or in getting a free facial party with Sarah, I'd encourage you to get in touch with her. Thanks again for listening, and that's the show. This episode was sponsored by the FICOR Workbook from FICOR Central. To download the FICOR Workbook, visit ficorcentral.com/workbook. The show notes for this episode are available at actingincome.com/episode 21, where you can also leave a comment on this episode. You can also find Acting Income on Twitter and Facebook. Rate and review this podcast on iTunes by visiting actingincome.com/iTunes. Pitch an episode idea by visiting actingincome.com/pitch. And if you'd like to sponsor an episode, visit actingincome.com/advertise. I'm Ben Hauck. Ta-da! And for more information, as always, check out actingincome.com.